Pharynx of fear, little fear, I drank it and did not notice, I did not stumble, did not notice how as the darkness around became one and one, little fear, I drank it and everything went well so unexpectedly and so quickly, I'm fast, this pipe was swallowed. Prelude of fate, to wait for a prelude from fate, his words and minutes, wait for his gold rings, wait for his hand and hands, absolutely my silence destroyed the silence, quite my conversations destroyed. Conversations and the day passes by, white is a sunny day, destiny destroys and regimes edit me like my novel today, traffic lights were on fire or not burned, because who knows what is burning can. Something that does not burn, and there is a true glow, and the moon is the moon, and the moon is constantly in the sky, although the sky and its light is not there, like the light itself, like the fate itself, and her hands like her silence, and silence, gold rings, snow on the street, falling clouds. I'm again in my dreams about kisses, about past which have long since passed from me, and maybe they were not at all, because everything is in my head, and the future and past and present which is also not, it's all in my head, but I know why the past all the same there is, we believe in him and we cannot doubt, that's why the future all the time changing and moving, to wait for foretaste of fortune, fate that will soon break me, which will soon play a funeral march which goes every day we lead birth and death, we die every day and are born, because all that around is, it's a dream in a dream, and endless dreams which will never end, an eternal chain that cannot be broken, we die, the sleep fades but anew, and all new and new and new, then I'm a woman, then I'm a man, all in a flash, in 1 minute, fate is ruling my rings, my gold rings, light which do not exist. The car rides through the forest, works light, the machine is the same through the forest, around the rain of ice, January rain, paper in cars, paper in the car, and the time transmits the signal, the lights are on, and the heart does not hold more words from my dark blue forest, Chopin sounds, a piano sounds, from oaks, from trees, from a falling sunset, of that sunset, bright blue sunset. Farther green, further dark green, what will take us away, in a great melody which will take us in the last way, in the last bright way, whom everyone was afraid of, everyone was afraid and was saved. Escaped lights, works light, the machine is the same through the forest, through the moon, transparent January rain. The rain poured down, the rain poured down, pours, and now the rain is watering, watered mine plant, what means me, the rain poured down, the sun did not shine, but it was all in an interesting light. Everything was around in the brown light, but from a distance shone at home small blue lights like lightning or rain. When love knocks at the door, the rain poured down and red colors flew, and the red colors fell, the rain poured down, and numbers people pronounced there were windows, many glasses, and thoughts eternal and not punched immortal. The piano of endless sounds, a huge piano, and endless piano sounds of endless sounds about every day haunts me, and every one day it sings to me so much already, many years every day, and I remember the days of evening winter when my brother and grandmother were together, when everyone were near, and when I did not know the sorrows. Oh, remember I began to paint, and tears again and again they have found me, and eternity, all eternal eternity, is a great eternity, and all the sounds of that piano, of that past happiness, and the world of peace that has long been gone, world of a happy world, of a bright warm world, not the world of the cold, not of the world of the terrible, world of the sad. The cycles in the rotation of the collar, various flowers are spinning, and tulips and blue flowers and roses are all red, and sunflowers forgotten in the rotation of the collar, spinning. Spinning is not clear where it is not clear, heaven and earth are spinning, and the sun and happiness and sun and different feelings, and sunflowers and roses, everything is spinning a cycle. Enough wind now he has enough wind now he is moving forward he goes to dislodge all us to get lost all of us so we all were sheep to we all became scribbled to we all lost our face all. Our faces are messed up will be connected with something will be our faces on strangers and strangers' faces will be on our and our nose our ears and ours will be lost eyes and tongues and gums and teeth and much more everything will be by the moon by the red moon under dark clouds in blue forests in the forests of bright blue burning planets. The tomorrow and now I immediately got up from the thunderous huge strong flow from strong lightning she numbered in my poor miserable tortured head she sounded and destroyed everything. Tomorrow I go to the mess again tomorrow I go to eternity tomorrow I fall again tomorrow I go to paper again tomorrow I go to light again tomorrow I'm going to darkness again tomorrow I'm going back up as before grow like a tree or not a tree or what tomorrow or now it is tomorrow or tomorrow was yesterday or tomorrow was in childhood when was it tomorrow and tomorrow it is now tomorrow is now there is no life. Now I remember spring here I sit again I remember my humble spring remember those modest lights and that humble red guitar and friend and light and new mountains I see again and I remember my dreams. And I like water here I sit like I then said that it would come this moment and hour will come and even then by the light of those lanterns and in the light of that coming sun and summer with all these drawings graffiti and guitar I was not so happy then not at all but now I remember the words and everything will pass and what will pass it will be nice and beautiful. Human eyes walk on human eyes walks around the eyes every day and every night all the walls of this world all its circles and all its angles it's all me and all this is my eyes all this I and all this are my eyes all this is me and everything these are my eyes and so it was always and here every day I go and look only at my eyes only on your eyes and more only on your eyes and nothing more and nothing then on what I write every day then where am I go every day that I eat every day what I listen to every day is what I watch every day what I hear every day is about what I think every day is that I'm in the hands take every day all this is my face and my skin my eyes and only my eyes all this I and only I and so will always be so always so it will always be like this forever and death is me but death eternal life the eternal transition is all this I am all my eyes. Melon to be with melon live next to a melon oh a cantaloupe my soul eats now this melon a melon in front of her nose and behind a melon and on the right side and with a left melon she is like love as sadness is happiness but there is no difference and never melon. White foliage white trees white day and the clock goes on and death on the way white sun white rain white night and the clock goes on and the darkness is on the way it's not too far to live a poet it's not too far he can see it all and the clock goes on and the darkness is on the way and the clock goes on and death on the threshold. To disintegration and time passed and we are all to the disintegration was more precisely we all came to him on his we already die more precisely than we died already there was no life as well as there were not all her those words there was love and time went and the snow was and oh how I rejoiced over him like me was happy with the snow and his rain and from his sadness I was not in sorrow ever but since I was once the past was mean I was always in sorrow always dying always knew everything time passed and the decay came he was all closer and closer he was so Close, so near he stood next to me, so close, more precisely he was already me. I was a breakup, everything was disintegration. We never lived, we never breathed, we never existed, we always died. Upcoming papers and again salutes outside the window and they again, and I still watch on their old lost pieces of paper, scruffy, battered by this time, by these over the years. With these watches over the centuries, considerations all that eat in this dark bright summer light, and again the window and again the walls and again it spun one in huge terrible waltz, since the soul mine is yours and all this is one continuous howl, and since my truth is yours, all that was and always will be forever, and how all this huge dance, huge black man dance. Or what, or and when, or and whether it, or well anyway I will utter this final word ending life is death. Like a butterfly, and in the flight of a butterfly I went far after you for my love, and in flight a butterfly magical starry I went to you, my love, to you that left me last summer, and in flight butterflies through birches of oaks, through apple trees and many other places, through Poland, through America, through Galandia, and even through red China, to you my butterfly striped like a zebra. And the star floats in the sky as if in milk but is not it so, and everything is so. We live, are born and die in milk, and milk I drink it every morning for the morning, and I think of you, my love, left in the summer. Find the key, importantly find the key. The main thing is to find him, finally, very important, very necessary, it is important as usual to find this key. You need to find it, but there were days and the wind was coming and the keys were whether I always went, but from this I just froze and stopped. Now I cannot walk anymore. I'm looking for an answer that used to be. I still have answers. That used to be who used to be with me. I'm looking for answers to noisy wind, to the noisy wind outside the window. Key. On the swing, to be on a swing with you together after so much, after some time, to be on a swing with you together after so many, for so many years, to be with you, to be on a swing, and when it snows, when it snows, and when the sun like a flute, to be with you, swim the world, sail on ice, on this fire, only together, to be on a swing only together by lantern light. The Bayan minutes later played Bayan scary sounds he uttered. He played horror of horror, fear, anxiety, fear, colds. He played black like in the dark, like a man killer. He did not stop playing. Because blood passed, because blood 20th century of all ages ago played, because it is an eternal memory, eternal endless monument, the feast of death. On the birthday of Maxim Kulikov, happy birthday companion, long time years, happy birthday, be happy, never be sad, happy birthday my great friend, and whose candle never die away, never, happy birthday I tell you on this day, so that you are always like the sun, so that you always have a ball like the sky is forever beautiful, happy birthday I tell you, my friend, eternal friend, my faithful, who will not leave, never came close to me, which is like millions, like a bright star with the day, birthday I tell you, happy birthday today, and do not leave me, be happy my friend, be happy, and meet you, love and freedom, this human, let your candles burn just like you, and let the rain not cloud, happy birthday I tell you, yesterday and today, and I will always say, my faithful friend, my real true friend, which I have never had an understanding, knowing and feeling. Congratulations on your holiday, great poet, and let your soul always warm you, and don't let this rain overshadow you. He plays only for your happiness and fire, he plays only for your coming and eternal love. The totems next to the totem I'm standing make a square, make numbers, and runners ran down your sweet ice, and I'm standing with a totem make square number of knowledge of the way, red stripes and green. Wild huge sharp eyes, big long bright tongue, like my late friend, like a friend of my past winters. Oh, I will never see him again. Squares like circles like rhombuses. Oh yeah, I know what a circle is. I know what is square and know what is rhombus. Red and green yellow colors. I know I'm near orange desert and know this is my bag of light. Cold behind the closed door waiting for the cold, pending frosts, pending huge, waiting behind and ahead, waiting for cold and light of light from somewhere, from earth, from somewhere, from the sky, and lightning to be around and heavy rain, so that the sun finally disappeared from the shoulders and disappeared every day behind a closed window, behind closed doors, knocking me, a frosty man. He tells me about frost and snow everywhere. He already has everything and only we have it all, and no, here we sit in the hot sun, which is not no temperature. Absolute nothing, too much sun, and it's autumn. I know there are ships somewhere and there are islands lost, and I know there is ice there. They swim, all swim, but where are you all from? Where are the penguins from? Where is ice cream? Where does all this bright circle? You walk on the asphalt, feet offended, you look at the sky and all already flowing. I broke up, we are cold, we are cold people, we have cold, but not often in the eyes, but love kills. Girl, oh ah man, I am a woman, I have always been her, I've always been a blue-eyed girl, but the lost time knocked the clock, they knocked like a hammer for a minute, and time took me away from myself. I lost myself, I'm losing myself, and figured himself and bought himself. Only now I have other eyes, and now I'm not a woman, I'm a man. But unless time runs, streams flow at lightning speed and thunder rumbles, then maybe I'm not a woman or a man at all. I'm something or something that the lost and unprecedented, ignorant, no consciousness and no soul and no heart of mine. I'm not a man, I'm not a woman. I'm nothing. I was a woman, I was a man, and all this is a celebration. I shed blood shedding wine, and it's all nothing. Solemnity, celebration. I lost myself and never found. I've never found myself and never talked to himself. The night goes on as the day goes on, and the plane in the sky flies. There I see myself in a blue blouse with a man. Looked away to the ground, looked in the cafe. There I am already, a red-haired girl stained with years who, trying to compose verses, looked the other way, saw a store, and in the store is a Chinese, and this Chinese is me. And again I buy books and books. How many times have I seen myself? About the same time I was dying and was born. I was a girl, she was me. I was a man, he was me. But what I am now is the question that I will never know. Whether I am a girl or a diamond is a pearl, either man. Ice statues, oh they again with me, oh so much time, oh ice statues, oh you again with me again after so much time. And yet I have long been a beard, but I have been sitting in a cold forest for a long time. Ice statues and my friends and my love and my everything and my notes are gone. Ice statues are all around, and even that it was and what will be ahead, because our life viewing all the results we did, or rather what we call birth, is death. Ice statues and huge goes. There is a huge flow through the current, through time. Oh my friends, oh my love, oh friends, oh time, so much so I went and forgot everything. Though now I am there, I remember everything, and I forgot everything. I do not exist for a long time, that I am just ice. The together come together, all the paths come together, all roads and all roads. Now I'm very lonely, now I'm forever lonely, and now once there is it now means it was always before my birth and after him. And after my death lamps flash around and swirl, flowers and birds fly in the sky. In the dark the fog used to wander around like me, when was not yet so inspired, sick when still not crazy with strange sounds daily when the joy covered all the tears. I remember a wonderful moment when it was May and even when it was winter, when we were all together stood at the piano and began to listen to lovely music, when was grandmother and when was brother, when all there were. But alas, someone took the wind to a faraway country, and someone took a bright, bright light, more precisely death. The yellow island across yellow fields, across yellow moon, where is the island I am about, long ago forgotten him. Often I stopped by a long time ago on it, on this island where there was all absolutely. Where were all mine dreams, and was I there last time when I was 5 years old? When I rested among the many beds, there were lots of beds and lots strange feelings, strange I felt, and already then understood that my life one huge solid photo, or same just a collection of poems, not more and no less. I already felt that I will feel the future, and I understood and knew always and always, because from my very birth my eyes, they are dead man, my eyes ghost dark eyes. Huge wind, a huge strong wind in the street, on the street and in the squares, and even on the mountain where I sang songs at all recently today, where met evening, where watched the sunset and yawned and tired and raged a huge strong wind outside the window, as if the fire no longer holds the frame, as if the fire had completely forgotten what it was as if I was losing myself once and for all and forever and to the end and forever. So and today many different sounds were reproduced, many different sounds, and minor and major, but most birds, and I was like birds in flight and shouted and sang and I created a huge parade, because that the wind never leaves my heart. Water lilies, and all the water lilies fell from all parties and from all the islands, to they all disappeared long ago. Where they all these water lilies have gone away, for so many years I lived among the swamp and nature so much I wrote poetry there and went to. I kept looking at the moon with clouds and rains, disappeared the disappeared sea, disappeared people, and disappeared myself. I disappeared myself, and I think perhaps forever. The wooden old hut, in a wooden old hut, which I'm already standing and sitting and reading, which day my lamp burns there, which day I sit and write. It is there, looking out the window, looking at the forest, looking at a tree, looking at owls and deer, and playing the piano occasionally, rarely playing and playing and playing. I look again in the sun to the moon, on the clouds that have lain in all this and everything, again and again, day after day, not going anywhere, nowhere leaving. I sit and sit in my chair in the hut. The oddities, how strange it all sings, how strange everything leads around strangely. All this is strange, how strange it is now October, and the fact that now is not November, and the fact that now is not September, and what is now. There is something, and that is strange, how strange it is very all around, how strange everything is, very and incomprehensible. And why does this circle exist, and why am I a hostage in it? Did I sing too loudly, or at all very, very quietly? I really sang. I was too strong man, or very and very weak. About what is the reason for all reason, about the reason all around what's, and these all the weirdness of these all sorrows, all the joys of where and why now not December, and why now is not February, and why am I saying all these words now? Because I know that now everything is in the same lane, and that now everything is both yes and no, and always. The sun swallowed from the mountains, absorbed the sun, says goodbye to the clouds and sky. Sun swallowed because of the mountains and becomes the moon. Under the violet rays, dissolving in the violet rays. I'm in September, I'm on the beach on the dark coast by the sea of the past summer. I dissolve on the beach in purple rays with modulations of moons. With modulations ice, with fire rays from under the roofs, dissolving in the violet rays. I'm standing, all standing, and now I go, and my eyes look straight at the time they Look straight into September, and what do I want to say, and what does September want to tell me? I don't know. Dissolving in the purple rays, I know that I know what those moments were tomorrow. They will leave me tomorrow. Today they left me, and then already yesterday, and the roof broke through the waves on the seas. Outgoing calendar. I looked at the mesmerized calendar here, and my autumn passes, but so quite it was recently the end of August, most recently was September, and now here almost October has passed almost, that our autumn flashed. And why does she run away so fast? Day after day, day after day, day shifts, turns day, and night lights up and night disappears, and the night sings, and my eyes are burning, and my eyes mine brighter and brighter from its emptiness, from its silence, from your silence louder and louder ignite. About so many years already past, as if and 1 minute has passed, and even nothing at all. Longing for autumn, autumn, autumn. Well, where are you, and your mouth, where are you, and your music is the same. Fall, autumn, where are you? Why I can't hear everything, why can't I hear or hear everything, and I do not hear you, and I do not hear or see. I am yours, your mouth. Oh autumn, knock you again, you come to my door, come to me, my great inspiration, my great revelation. Oh come in and heat, you run me like man. Demand, I demand new updates and new. I'm like person, want new water and new food, and again the stars in the sky will play and sing, and again there will be people all singing on their phones, and again and again and again and again I will go without knowing where and why, and I will go only in gold, only in the cold, only in devastation, which means in too strong filled place. Lonely love, I was lonely, but I'm in love, but I was with you. My heart was not in me, it was flew over you like you yourself. I was lonely, and I'm alone in the forest. Clean and beautiful, I thought only you were thinking about you, just about your forgotten smile. I lost you like I lost myself, I lost your watch like my own. And where is I now, and who is now? What happens to me now? Experience for the future, experience for the future, experience nerves, experience for the future, for all around and in a row, and at the piano, and for guitar, and for ukulele, and for minutes. Experience for the future, experience for the future, experience the imagination of what is to come. Everything worries me a little, worries and disturbs me without end. Experience for the future, experience for the future, experience which year, which is around. Nerves leave me no nerves, and no, they probably never leave me. Experience for the future, experience the only me and only I am, and that is my sadness, and that is my sadness from what is in the world, just me alone and nobody else, and nothing else all around, and further pictures all around and forever. Alone, patterns, only drawings, only music, and nobody else and nothing else, and it's all ready and just me, and listen, only me and nobody else, and who else? No one can. Everything is music, and I'm just a listener. Only I exist, only I, and all around one mirage in which, and I've never really been, which I just look at and see. The decay unbearably hard, very hard to see. Decay very terrible, see. Blood blows fight unbearably hard. How hard and terrible, very terrible see. Dying, eternal death. Eternal death all around will never be the end. And when the sun shone and childhood it was, and when the wind was blowing but light, and when the mountains and greens with us sang, just sang. Different, there were no songs of all this. There is never a feeling that we immediately appeared adults and only with childhood memories, but no, childhood was not when there is blood. The CHOPUHA, the weather again, the weather, and the weather is she again, the weather, and again tornado, it again tornado, and lightning suddenly, and she lightning, and November, it is September, and again. All my dreams and inspirations destroyed by my own word. Where are the bones promised? Why autumn is not autumn? Where are the promised stars? Where is that wind? And what a lie around one she, and what ain't she alone? What a chopua, ha ha ha. So how to go and serve? Outside the window comes autumn, outside the window goes, it goes slowly, outside the window is a favorite sweet time, outside the window snow rushing, outside the window fly, they are my joyful children, my yellow lovely leaves are running through the window. About how many years, about how many days and hours I breathe here among the houses in the middle of the moon, among the lanterns and among the stars alone. Time passes, it rushes, flies and flies like a bird in the sky, like cold, and how warm it all runs and runs, smiles and sorrows, tears and dreams of joy and only grief and love, and gaze at the sea all over and over with me, all over and over. Oh, the immortal melody, oh how much more will you be here, oh how much still I will be here, such a sad joyful wanderer. The ships and the light burned and the light went out and the light was on and everything was on fire. The moon was in the sky and the stars and the sun and clouds and fog, even apples in front were. Even apples burned like stars. The boats were floating today in the fog and everyone was swimming and swimming, and the sea rocked swaying in the wind. My huge rocked and the mirrors broke and the mirrors spread out to small grains of light and darkness of night, tasty light on ships. They will never stop and they all swim and swim, and paint brushes and paint them, paint and canvas appear. They emerge from nowhere, from where? Yes, my ships, yes, and the lamp is not set that she did not know what to do today. Fog spread through the corridors, fog flood our ears and eyes, and that in my eyes, that in your eyes, O crystals, are hidden about in the eyes of the unknown, in the eyes of death and the birth of death. And what is death? What is birth? And no one knows. Floated, swammed in a distant ocean, in the distant ocean which consisted of stars and planets, and marine environments. Floated ships sailed in the distant ocean, and my eyes burned and eyes my burned, and then again faded as never happened. What is ashes? What is the disappearance? And nobody does not even know. Just everyone knows about the ships of the sea which so many times rush in this ocean of the sea, which all clouds in the way they devoured and devoured forever. About floating in the sea, wonderful gold ships, starry hours. Out of time pictures fall from heaven and from hell, but all this is one thing: bananas, pineapples, oranges. All the pictures are mine in this world, and this light is my eye, and your eye is my eye, and all eyes about my eye. And I'll trust you. I do not exist, I do not have in this world as well as you. I'm in your head. You gave birth to me, but I gave birth to you. I'm your creator. All around is falling, pictures are rushing from the future and past, present time. Soon time will fall, soon time we die, but do not forget that it is already a long time long ago, as time has forsaken us. Forever I do not exist, I do not have, I'm out of you, and I are out of times, I'm out of time. Bananas, pineapples, oranges and paintings, all this is the product of my eyes, and all eyes in this world are all my eyes, and I'm your consciousness, I'm your idea. You gave birth to me like the moon, like the sun, and do not forget that I gave birth to you, that we all created each other. Snow is snowing, is snowing, is snowing, is coming. Ghost of love, the ghost of love appeared today, and unexpectedly he appeared, this ghost, or more precisely not he but she. Yes, it was she who appeared, girl from nowhere, and how it appeared is unclear. Where and why I'm weird. Then when I forgot, and it all about love, then when I forgot and stopped dreaming about it, she appeared, and only she began to loom. Ghost of love away. Somewhere in the fog, somewhere beyond the bridge, somewhere in the seas and in the light and moon, and again the thought of whether she will run away from me or she will still be with me, or all the same. We will not meet and will never worry about leading about the upcoming inspiration. It is unclear what will happen now and on. Silently and silently the lanterns burned with their ordinary light buzzed they, and I just walked in his usual dreams, were in his dreams and in his gloom was daily and more convinced that what is material is our thoughts, unnecessary thoughts. Unimportant thoughts are not important thoughts. First come out outside in the light, we create this light, but for what purpose I know for what, but as usual I do not want this and at all, and I do not want to talk about it at all, and I'm on the boat again, and where are my eyes looking? Really I see that fog. Is it really not a dream? Really in my life love breaks in love, but for now only ghost, but it does not matter anyway, it's the same thing. My being, no, I never died, no, I was never born, no, I never developed, no, I never swallowed nothing. I'm not alone, I'm not the only one in my many millions of eyes and deaths. I am the whole world, and even the future and the past has never been in the world. Everything was only and only once and only just now. All that was the 16th century, 17th, 18th, and now it's all in one moment, all in a jiffy. Just now was not. I have a birth and I did not have death, will not be tomorrow and will not be yesterday and was not tomorrow, and there was never and never before. No, I never died. No, I've never been born. No, I did not feel, nowhere to feel. Go after all this whole world of an unfavorable corner and place every girl and every man of every character, every word, every poem, every torch, every love, every eye and every color, every moon and sun, every clouds. All this is me, and only and only and only and only me, and I every time, every artist and every composer, every poet, every deceased, every newborn is all equal. They were never and never were born. There was no being. Being has always been and is all. This I all. This I all. This is me. Every day and every night go to bed and wake up again and see again the new day. Go to bed and open your eyes again and see again the new sunset. Every day and every day see death and destruction of the whole universe. Every day and every night see wreck and destruction of all ships. So we are all capable of people and stars, so are we all capable, and this is our turn. Every day and every day see how do our loved people die. Every day and every night see how we ourselves perish in fire. Go to bed and wake up again and again. See this new day, to sing again, to scream again, to feel again, to know again. This whole treasure, this whole contribution is huge stars, in order to learn, in order to know the same thing. Eternal cycle, in order to find out what is possible by air. Breathe, in order to find out that we are people, in order find out that our skies are over our heads, in order to mean that life and death in the world forever exists and sings. I do not know at all. I do not know at all. What does it mean to know? I do not know what I mean. I do not know what it means to lie and give truth, and truth which does not exist at all and there was never in the world. I do not know what it means to be or not to be, but possible. Be smart or stupid. That's just how the question stands. That's just how you can be great if we are already at the same time greatness and awfulness, inferior worth. I do not know. I do not know at all. What does it mean to know and be? I do not know what it's like to be, and I do not know what is nothingness, what is happiness, and what is misfortune in this world. And even light for me is emptiness, remains empty until the end of life. The pyramids, and there were pyramids all around on this strange love day, and I remember the mountains, and they were they, and then with me, and the glasses fought against the dishes. Something strange was not so then, but it passed, but it was gone and always, and maybe it was not at all ever. And the pyramids surrounded my walls and spirit, and what is the spirit like? Not sand and the water. Spun in a huge waltz, a waltz of words, perhaps I will say in waltz dreams I'm about to say, after all darkness and sun and night and day and dull fog lights around, it's also heaven, it's the same hell. But is not this all love? Poem. In October you were born as I was born, you were born, but when did I see you, but when I saw you, about my friend, is my friend or my brother or me or something around what happened when was I know I when I was you, when you were me, and when my brother and you were I was all. Today is your birthday, or was he still at the beginning of October, or he was still the 2nd of October, when the roosters sang loudly, when the monkeys were mad, when the lightning does not sparkle, when only one. The rainbow was outside the window, a huge window, always the well. Do you know that window well? As you do not know, but in any case you will see someday, and therefore you always knew him, you knew me, and I knew you, but when today is your birthday, promise to remember me, promise me to remember my brother, oh my friend, oh my forever, promise not to forget, promise to remember me, tell to devote all words or almost all to me or not to me, oh my eyes are unthinkable without you, oh my eyes cannot live, cannot exist without you, like almost all. Today is October, and this is your October. Today is your eternal holiday, eternal salute and a great celebration. The whole world is yours all day, all night, and all the banks. Do not forget me, and do not forget, remember the eternity of eternity and always.